この番組はグランドスポンサーのお提供でお送りします。Gans has, along with the many other things he's been saying about my posts, stuff like I'm a 12-year-old girl, I'm just complaining on the internet, I'm acting like a child. I don't know. He's got a bunch of shit he's been saying. His latest complaint, which actually I thought was valid, was that my last post was a wee bit too long. It was. Sorry. I had to cut it into two YouTube posts. So I got an internet site called Online Stopwatch, and I'm running it, and I'm giving myself 9 minutes to cover whatever I want to cover, and then killing it. What do I want to cover? I have this guy who I talk to on a regular basis regarding movies, because I'm a movie buff. As you noticed, the last couple posts have all been about the films, or they brought them up. And I had been talking about this guy, and it's not Gans. I know everybody's going to think it's Gans, but it's not. I have been talking about this guy about Twilight and how much I thought it just sucked. So he said to me, he's like, Will, Twilight does suck, you're right, but check out a movie called Let the Right One In. It's a Swedish movie, got released in October of this year in Sweden, and he said it's really actually a very good film. And he gave me the DVD. He told me to take it home and watch it. So I took it home and watched it. And let me say, for someone, I don't like vampire movies. I covered that already. So I was blown away by how good the movie was, and it's the same subject as Twilight. It's young kids falling in love, and one of them happens to be a vampire. Now you can argue that the vampires in Twilight were really just superheroes with dietary constrictions, but this was a real, honest-to-God vampire movie with a vampire in it, and they're two kids that fall in love. I'm gonna post the preview of this at the bottom, a preview of Let the Right One In at the bottom of my live journal. See it, dude, if you can. If you're a movie fan, if you're a vampire movie fan, all these little teeny bopper chicks who went out and see Let the Right One In. It's worth it. It's a good movie. All right, moving on. Josh Schwartz, who is the apparent creator of Chuck and a TV show called Gossip Girl, which I've never heard of, though I have heard of Chuck. He apparently was brought on to write the new Xmen movie called Xmen First Class. Now I'm pretty excited for the Wolverine movie. I saw the preview. I liked it. They did change. I saw the preview. Yeah, I saw it, and I liked it. But they did change the guy playing Sabretooth. So I don't know what was the reason behind it. I guess they couldn't get Taylor Dane, I think his name is, or Taylor something Taylor maybe. I don't know. I guess they couldn't get him for the Wolverine movie. But so Josh Schwartz is making the X-Men movie, but this one's going to be called X-Men First Class. Now they haven't mentioned whether it's going to be X-Men First Class as in the X-Men who were in the movies at a younger age, they're the first class, or is it going to be the first class after the X-Men have graduated? It seems like, from what I'm reading, and I'll post the link. It links on a site called io9.com. Apparently, it's leaning towards being the first class after the current X-Men movies. It's gonna be like a sequel instead of a prequel, which I think is a very good idea. Because I wasn't a fan of X-Men Last Stand. I didn't like it. I just didn't like what they did with it. I think Bryan Singer in the second movie was setting up the Dark Phoenix saga, which would have been out of this world if they would have done it. But they didn't. Bryan Singer went on to make a what some believe is a subpar Superman movie, and Brett Ratner made what I definitely believe is a subpar X-Men movie. So I think they're scrapping the past and scrapping the old X-Men, and they're making. They're going to be using some of the newer X-Men. Some of the ones mentioned in the article are like Cannonball, Dazzler, maybe Jubilee, Zorn, North Star. I think this is a good idea. I think that we need some new blood in the franchise, and I think that because they didn't go the route they probably should have with the Xmen movie, or with the Xmen Last Stand. They just do need to really just scrap it and move on from there. Also, speaking of comics, since comics seems to be what every all entertainment revolves around now, Jeff Johns and Gary Frank are leaving Action Comics to make a 6-issue standalone Superman Secret Origins comic book. Really? Like, do we really need to make another Superman Origins comic book? We have Smallville, we have the original Origin, we have the redone Origin from like 20 years ago. Do we really need another Superman Origins comic book? Can't we do something else? Anything else? Make a new superhero maybe? I mean, don't get me wrong, Superman is a cool character. He's a really awesome. And my wife brought up, when I mentioned this to her, she brought up the fact that, like, you know, well, you really liked Batman Begins, which is true. I did. And they've redone Batman's origins as many times as they've redone Superman's origins, at least. But I just, she thinks she's saying I'm jealous of Superman. I just think that it's not doing any. I think it's a waste of time. Why are we gonna retell Superman? Everybody knows Superman's origins. There's no reason to retell them. Any plot twists that you're gonna make are probably gonna seem very contrived. Just leave him alone. To tell another story with him. I'm sure there's other stories out there. I don't know. I think Superman and Batman too. They've been done to death. Not that I don't like Superman or Batman. I love Batman. I like Superman. So I liked Bryan Singer's Superman movie. Also something cool. I've got about a minute and a half left before I have to start wrapping this up. There are explorers, or these fishermen in Bulgaria, or Bulgarian fishermen, found a boat in the Black Sea. It's like kind of an ancient. It's an ancient boat that they found, which is pretty cool. It was like preserved. I believe it's from prehistoric times. That's really fucking awesome, if you ask me. I mean, like, imagine what, like, and there's a picture of it, and I'll put a link on the bottom of my live journal. Imagine what was happening with this boat. You know, these guys are like in this boat, you know, in prehistoric times, and maybe like they're being chased by an animal, or maybe they were hunting. More likely, they were hunting. So they tie it up, and for whatever reason, it sinks. Or maybe they were like at war with another tribe or something. Whatever the reason, it sunk, and now we have it. You know, and this prehistoric, you know, canoe that they found at the bottom of the Black Sea. There's 4 of them actually that they found, and this one is I think the one that's in best shape. So they have a picture of that, but they think it's made of oak. So it's really exciting. I'm a history kind of fan, so it's kind of neat. I'm psyched about this. I want to keep this. I want to trail this story if I can. But yeah, so there you go. And I am just about out of time. Clocking in at hopefully under 9 minutes. Thank you for watching, and I'll try to post again. There's the sign. All right, see you guys later.